Hello and welcome. I'm so sorry. Hello and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year, every day of the year, every year for over four of them, like 4.5 years I've been here. To take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we've got a fantastic community here because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other, and you have been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there, and I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, which I do a lot on YouTube. So, hello. Hello. Welcome to the Black and Orange channel, which is, we're purple today, but yes, it's Tuesday. You know, we wear purple on Tuesdays. And for people who are new around here, hello. I do actually, at least on as a starting point, I do color code the days, so I don't repeat. People can tell that it more easily recognize when it's something. So it doesn't, if they see a video, it doesn't look like, oh, did I see that or not? It's something different. And yeah, so blue Sundays, orange or brown on Mondays, purple Tuesdays, green Wednesdays, yellow or brown, yellow, gold or brown on Thursdays, black, gray or white on Fridays, pink or red on Saturdays. Yeah, so yeah, silly, but here we do. Okay, I'm glad you guys like the overlay. All right, we're gonna jump in because wow, has anything been happening? Okay, at 2 minutes. Okay, about we'll say about 2:40, because before we dive into this, I did want to point out, do send some good energy, please, to, I think it's Shauna Mack. Could be Shayna Mack. But she's going through a really tough time, and she just lost her pet, and was in the emergency room last night, and she could really, really use some good energy. So I'm gonna guess it's Shayna Mack. And bless you. Okay. All right, so let's dive into the questions at 3:15. Okay. Whew, we have a couple of, actually this first one is from Lisa, and Magi, and my man X. All three were asking about Trump's interview with Elon and what an unmitigated disaster it was. Technical issues, slurring speech, and a poor performance from both men led to it being panned online. Now, the question here is, does Trump regret going on? But I don't know that that's the key question. It shows how incompetent Elon is, that after all this time, X is still a dumpster fire. But also, either Trump didn't put his teeth in, or maybe he didn't put his hard palate in. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, there were a number of people saying he sounded like Sylvester the cat. Was that the right thing? Happy birthday, Mrs. Katura. Cookie says it was terrible, just like him. Oh, Big Steph. Good point about there could also be some dry mouth going on there. Well, now. Oh, he's feeling very grieved. Daffy Duck. Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, Daffy Duck Vismo. Yeah. He is aggrieved. He's so poor baby. Toddler brat. Oh, he is aggrieved. I tell you, this card for the reading. The first card, it's no president in our history has ever been treated worse. Be quiet, JFK. I don't want to hear it, Lincoln. Three of Cups. We're fine. He is desperate for money. You do realize that by him going back on X, that's why DJT stock is tanking. So he's getting money. He is getting money from Elon Musk, which is why he's coming back. He wouldn't otherwise. So he's hoping to get money there, and he's hoping that DJT stock holds up together for the next month, so he can get money out of that too. We should look at how that's going to go. But as far as last night goes, we really are doing well. I mean, seriously, we're between the merchant here with all the good stuff. We're here some celebration as the momentum, our momentum and belief in our candidates is high and getting higher. This is a refusal. He doesn't want to listen. And of course, he's always desperate for money. So to him, he lives on Cartman's handy dandy drama triangle. The victim always falls down back to being the victim. He just does that. So, oh, Pat Lyle, let's not think about Trump's breath. Oh man, bog of eternal stench. Okay, so Holly, hello, Holly. Twitter X gives him an audience. Truth Antisocial has few viewers. Exactly. Apparently, Kamala Harris her campaign is on Truth Social. Did you know that? They follow one person, and they spend their entire time. They've been spending their entire time sending images and messages to Trump's campaign, pointing out their crowd sizes. Trump is just feeling aggrieved. This is just adding to the fuel. This is adding fuel to the arguments online that he's missed a step, kind of thing. So we should check. Hang on a second here at 8. Thank you for being here. At, let's say 9 minutes in. Will Trump continue to publicly disintegrate? And I'm in a hurry, so please don't critique my spelling right now. And then the next question would be, because we have a question here about the stock. Will the stock recover? The question after that would be, will Trump get his money? Will Trump get a windfall of money from DJT? So let's start at, will Trump continue to publicly melting, except he's not made of sugar. Well, in his family, there might be a particular kind of sugar, but what do I know? Allegedly. Missed a step. Lisa Arnold says he's missing the entire staircase. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, Vicky. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that tomorrow when Sarah's on. All right. So is he going to continue to disintegrate in front of us? Things are not going well at home. There's the dynasty. There's kaboom. Between Griftco, also known as Trump Org, between Griftco, Grifter and the Griflings, Trump and his children, it's not going well at all. People don't want his name on their buildings. They don't want to stay at his properties. It's bad. And the amount of money he's paying to lawyers would seriously, it's like the entire GDP of some small nations. Well, this is the world card, which can be an ending, end of book, end of chapter. It's quite often the end of the way things were, and we're moving on to something completely new. But it can also, when it comes to this election, can be very strong women at the center. But it's the first card. There's some pain. Could be physical pain. And Hanged Man, suspension. Page of Pentacles. Well, it's not like he needs the money for healthcare. He gets extraordinarily good healthcare, unlike the rest of us. And this is Mar-a-Lago. This is back there. We already know he's staying home a lot. And yeah, he's not doing well. This would be very weak. Before Biden stepped down, I kept getting the Page of Cups. Cups are Democrats. And now I'm getting the Page of Pentacles. And that would be, Page of Wands would really be like a weakened Trump. But this might also be weakened Trump, because Pentacles are conservatives. But that's Mar-a-Lago. He doesn't handle any of this well. He doesn't have the emotional intelligence to handle any of this well. Plus, he eats garbage, and the only exercise he gets is walking around a little bit in the sun. And he's not wearing his makeup as much as he used to. That surprises me. Ratu says he isn't doing well because he's already feeling defeated. Lord. Oh, if only. Man. It's just ugly. I mean, there might be. The thing is, he can't step aside. He can't. It's the only thing keeping him out of prison. He could disappear off the campaign trail, but if he's still running to be the president, then he still thinks he has some protection. But you've got to get the donors going. Democrats are outraising him. The crowds are bigger. There's this huge rise in Democratic enthusiasm. And he just doesn't, he's tired. He just doesn't want to do this. Plus, he will not properly process having been pew-pewed at. And yeah, you have to process that in a healthy way. You have to. Chris Cool pointing out, here, let me highlight this. Trump feeling defeated by a short black woman. Mm-hmm. And it couldn't happen to a bigger jerk because you couldn't find a bigger jerk. All right. So what was the next question here? It was from Lisa and Bernadette Smith at 15:30. Trump stock is tanking after he went on X. And my understanding is he's going back on X. My understanding is he's actually going to start not just that one. It's going to be more than just that one interview. Or have you heard something different? Like he's going back on X actually. Fully. Oh, where? Oh, where is it? Share screen. Oh, I guess it is well hidden. There's raw story. There it is. Here we go. And ooh, $23.94. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ooh, boy. Oh, that's a shame. Oh no, I hear you. Cookie. He's supposed to be on Truth Social exclusively. Oh yeah. He's supposed to, but next month his is when he can potentially get a huge windfall by taking money out. So even if it's low, it's not as low as it's ever been. And Visualize 70 is asking, is that the ceiling or the floor? Well, it hasn't broken through it's been breaking through the kind of weaker floors. Here, let me show you. But if we go to year to date, is there a way to make this bigger? There we go. Year to date, over here, you can see, make sure it's visible. All right, way back here is a 17. So that's the floor. And then it zipped up and it fell. Now, when its lowest here was at $22.84, which is about $1 lower than it is now. That's a big floor. And so it's bounced around and gone down and up and down and up, and now all the way down. But it hasn't broken through that $22.84 yet. So that's the floor, and then the floor below that is at 17. Oh, glorious. Analyst rating, sell. Right here. See that? Analyst ratings, sell. Okay, there are 7.15 million shares. Market value 4.8584 billion. Really? Profit to earnings ratio, NA. Why is it NA? Non-applicable. Is that because they are so far down in the red that this website just couldn't come up with enough red ink? Well, I know this isn't ink, but just play along. Oh gosh. Short interest is at 7 million. Short interest change, percent of float, almost 15%. So yeah, profit to earnings ratio. La 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 la. What? Huh? Who? Mm-hmm. Right. So has and this is not investment advice, although I will give you just as one human being on the planet to another. I personally would not recommend having anything to do with anything Donald Trump does ever. But this is not investment advice. Do not trust people at the YouTube for investment advice. You can take ideas from them, but talk to somebody who has the big old certificates on the walls. All right, so how's Trump's business here going to go? Okay, cards are coming right off the top. He can't spin this in the same way he can spin other things because there are cold, hard numbers there. And traders, stock traders, they don't care what you spin. They're numbers, people. Yeah, intellectual, cold, hard numbers. Yeah. Oh, and it's not looking good. All right, trying to keep a brave face on that. Hello, Justice card. That's a question. Do we have any idea when in September he can potentially siphon money off of that? Is it before or after he might get sentenced? Or some other legal matters might be coming up. Queen of Wands. He convinced a lot of very rich people to sink money into this as basically a very dodgy campaign contribution-ish thing. Entertainment only YouTube. And if he pulls all of his money out, he leaves them holding the bag. And I don't know if these are people you want left holding the bag. Yeah, because this feels like Kamala Harris winning, and this is out in the cold. Dust heap. DJT stock being on the dust heap of history, like it was before. There's been a Trump stock with the ticker DJT before. It was First Casinos, and it was retired because it tanked. These are his suckers that are going to be bigly mad. This is him losing the election, and then everybody's left. You know, it's like musical chairs, and the music stops, and turns out there's maybe only one chair for a lot of people. So does Donnie himself, does he get the windfall? He's hoping to. That's your money courier. Take money, put it from here, put it over there. There's a big election, a lot of scrutiny. It feels like he wants to take some money and hide it somewhere, find some way to hide it. But I don't know that that's going to be super successful because you're trying to be clever. Excuse me. You're trying to be clever, and this is a page. That's weak. I mean, granted, that's how he wants to see himself, with his glorious blonde mane. But entertainment only YouTube. Seriously, you don't need me to tell you that he's likely to do something somewhat nefarious with this money. Oh, thank you. Nellie is saying that search is saying late September. Oh, Judge Mershon isn't. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to sentence Trump to prison or something this close to an election. DJ, after sentencing. All right. Well, 45. So what happens to the money? What happens to the money? Mark is saying that September 18th can't come fast enough. Yeah, but there's an earlier hearing on, is it the 3rd, the 5th, something like that, where, I want to say it's September 3rd, but the judge is going to decide if the sentencing is going to take place on the 18th. So what happens to the money? This is people who've gone in with Trump, but I'm being drawn to the flames up here. Burden. Partnership. Stirring things up. The group who supports, the group who supported Trump will get some of their money. It feels like Trump does get some of this money, but it goes back into his trying to win the presidency. Good luck. But I'm not getting, like, I don't have the Ace of Pentacles here, which would be a huge amount of money, or could be a huge amount of money. I think he's got so, the outgo on his businesses and his campaign and everything else is so huge that you could literally just pour millions upon millions of dollars into his bank accounts and it would just go straight out again. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. It helps. Thank you. So I don't know. I get this feeling like maybe if he does end up with getting some money out of this thing, maybe, I don't know that we should be as upset as you might think. You might initially think you know, because it's frustrating. Why isn't he in prison? Why is anyone giving him money? But Isabel, yes, do the math. Lawyers plus lawyers plus lawyers equals, yeah. Okay. At 20. Yeah, this was a little odd. Now, I did not have a chance to hear the interview between Musk and Trump. But I gotta tell you, Cheryl James Warren and Deb Peavy were both asking, they say Trump joked with Musk on X that they should go to Venezuela if he loses the election. That he's planning to skip the country. Will he be stopped? Was he joking, or was it? I didn't hear it. Then again, sounds like from all the slurring, not many people heard anything he said. So he might be going to Venezuela. Is he really dumb enough to think that they want him in Venezuela? Because they don't. They really don't. M. Kelpie says he doesn't joke. That's true. You make a very good point. Valerie is saying he has no filter anymore. He's freely telegraphing stuff. Sherry W. says he isn't going anywhere. New York revoked his passport upon conviction. Is that true? I had not heard that. That would be awesome. I've never picked up on him leaving the country. That something stops him. That he can't. Yeah, there's something in the way here. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Katura. A birthday blessing for you and the kitties. Thank you, and happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh. Well, yeah. Why do I get Biden in the justice system? Those are the two cards for the reading. Empress, 7 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, King of Wands. That's just Trump the man. Not the emperor, not the president, just a guy. These are just, well, we know he lies about America. But that's just, I mean, that is a card of poverty and sickness. It's right in the center. This is prosecutors or judges and against just this man. These aren't cards of fleeing. I don't think he's going to be able to leave. And it also feels like Venezuela doesn't want him. It feels like nobody wants him. What is he going to bring besides trouble? He's convicted. What good? He's not bringing a vast quantity of money. That's a good point, Cynthia, because he's going to try some shady stuff after he loses and Biden will still be president. Exactly. That is the perfect way to look at that. Thank you. Yes, Louis, he'll use frequent liar miles. He has 1 billion of them. Mary Smith says he'll try to take over any country he flees to. Oh. You might not want to try that, old Donnie boy. Listen, toddler boy, they don't play in actual authoritarian countries. In actual authoritarian countries, you wouldn't still be sucking up oxygen. And you would be too afraid to leave your house. And you would need to be. Sherry W. says, I just answered in regards to his passport. It's true. They also confiscated any. Oh, that's right. They took his pew. I've got to say stuff like that on YouTube. They don't. They flip out if you say certain words. They take the passport so the offender won't be able to take off to avoid sentencing. It's a standard move. I heard that they took the metal thing, but really, it's just glorious. It's glorious. Thank you. Alan says he can't come to Australia because he's a felon. Yes, immigration to Australia is pretty complicated. So they wouldn't take me. I don't make enough money. All right, at 34:30. Lisa's wondering about the slurring. Dentures, is it? What was going on there? Oh, a nug. There we go. Oh, Michelle the quilter. Call it a nug, spelled backwards. There we go. Shane Ellen Cross. I hereby proclaim Venezuela to be Trumplandia. Oh, gosh. That's wonderful. Yeah, we're going to talk about the plane tomorrow when Sarah's on, because I don't want to go into that energy alone. I really don't. Ick, scary. But what's going on with his mouth? I might need a little lie down after this. Whoa. Whew. He's certainly being judged for it. All right, I'm getting a mouth as dry as the Sahara. It feels like no water. He just had some work done. Needs some work, or he just had some work done. It's a really ugly card right in the middle. He's out there trying to be all big and tough. This big and tough. The institution. Well, there are many causes of dry mouth. See your medical professional if you too suffer from dry mouth. I don't think this is good. I don't like this card right in the middle. Yeah, I don't like that. So is this just a temporary thing, or? Oh. Okay. I was talking about money earlier. I didn't see the Ace of Pentacles can either be like a new beginning, like when you start a business, but it can also be like a honking great lump of money. I got that for the reading. It starts with the King of Pentacles. It ends with the Queen of Pentacles. So we're talking about a lot of money. What on earth could that have to do with his health issues going on here? It's the middle card. It's that chain to the devil, monkey on your back-ish type card, but very much chained to the devil. Very, very, very expensive. But what do I know? Ooh, yeah. Laura Wagner says blood pressure medications can cause severe dry mouth. Yes. It's just blood pressure medication, just blood pressure medication. Lack of money. Page of Swords, Lover's card with the fire. 8 of Wands. There are no cups here. Medication, actual medication it comes up as cups. I have no cups here. Next card is more feeling beaten up. So it's not good. Sherry is saying that Ozempic causes dry mouth. Okay. Ay. Yeesh. Okay. Oh my gosh, Lisa, are you okay? My front door just flew open. Weird. Oh, you okay? I worry. Velda Ray is asking, do any of Trump's businesses make a profit? No. But in the past, it's the whole rich dad, poor dad, an entire business based on leverage of debt. So they're not designed to be successful as businesses because you want to take the losses and the tax breaks that come with that, but he still gets paid himself. But it's a very fine line to walk, and he's proven over and over and over again he can't do it. So, Kathy, only good point. My husband uses mouthwash to help with his dry mouth. He doesn't slur his words. He does take blood pressure medication. Yep. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Nettie had a question. Now, I must be behind the times on this topic that we just touched on a little while ago, but let's have a look. Nettie Mortimer's pointing out, MeidasTouch is saying that Judge Mershon said that the sentencing of September 18th will go forward if needed. If needed? Is he going to go forward with that sentencing and reject all of Dumpy's motions? So, Judge Mershon, what you gonna do? So, do you sentence Trump? He is a first-time offender, but 34 felonies is 34 felonies. And it's not like he didn't have a record and then he did one thing wrong. He did the wrong thing over and over and over. Just do that another 30 times, Yeah. Well, we are hopeful, which may or may not be a good thing. Let's see. The institution, corrupting the institution. If he defrauded the banks, he defrauded the IRS, he defrauded. And if this is okay, if this is allowed, then our whole economic system is in peril. The economic system, just huge. Adding insult to injury, he's shown no remorse. He's still saying nasty things about the whole situation, the judge's family. I mean, just you name it. And this is Trump feeling beaten up, feeling traumatized. Let's see if we can get some more information on this. Matter of fact, it feels like a overloaded Celtic. So I'm going to pull a bunch of cards. Also, when Star says Judge should, he starts his 45 sentence on January 7th, 2025. I don't know if I'm understanding correctly. Sorry. Exactly, Deb. If it was anybody else, they'd be sentenced, no matter what or who they are. Exactly. Hello, Valerie. So, it's going to go on with the sentencing. Donald Trump, Judge Mershon, sentencing. Dumpy himself. They're going to sentence him. All right, we'll turn cards over, see what we've got. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't smoke them if you've got them. I want you to live longer. All right, what have we got here? Yeah, there's quite the legal decision in the middle. This is huge. It's not, honestly, it doesn't feel like one way or the other it would make or break the election. It really doesn't. I mean, he's probably under a lot of pressure to not go forward with sentencing right now to potentially mess up the election, but it actually feels like whether Trump is sentenced or not, it doesn't feel like it would actually make a difference, but he may not feel that way. At the base of this is the timing for conservatives, for all conservatives. But hanging above this, he did wrong. He was convicted. This isn't allegedly. Hanging above this, the partnership, and how heinous and awful that was. Okay. Home environment. He doesn't want to hear it. Doesn't want to. Yeah. This is a river in Egypt. Denial. The hopes and fears. Communications. What other people see. Trump's gotten away with so much for so long without any being held accountable for anything. And the challenge is that temperance. All right, near future. Republicans just aren't doing well in general. Maybe because your policies are cruel, awful, backwards, the huge. Final outcome. There is some constraint, but I've got a Trump victory-ish type thing there, but it's got Democratic happy families here. This feels like the election. This feels like, I mean, let's face it. If he is not taken away in handcuffs and put directly into jail, which actually I don't think would be likely anyway. There's usually a gap, unless it's like a really violent crime. I think we're all going to be disappointed. Okay. Sherry W. has great information. Election has nothing to do with the New York sentence. Mershon has to determine if any part of the immunity decision would void a portion of his trial that could overturn conviction. Well, no, this is true. But I do think that there's pressure to put some things off because we are so close to an election. I think they should just arrest the man, but just go yeet him into a jail cell. But so I'm guessing in early September, that's what that first hearing is going to be about. It's going to be about whether or not the everything that was included in the trial is still valid, or if he gets a new trial. Does he? All right, let me see here. Felder says Trump will get 5-year deferred sentence because he has no prior conviction. I hope it's more than that. So let me see here. Then we need to ask at 50 minutes in, will Dumpy get a new trial? because of the SCOTUS immunity garbage. GE ? Save. Betty Cantrell, Martha Stewart had no prior. True. Oh, something about New York State. Sherry W says New York State already said the election is not their concern and it's a moot point to them. Well, good. I hope it stays that way. I really do. So is Dumpy going to get a whole new, shiny new trial? There we go. Deb has. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Does he get a shiny new trial? It doesn't. There's Trump the man. Ick. Ew. Trying to get his people to come up with something again, but that does not look good for, there's a center card, that does not look good for him getting a new trial. And there's a howling at the moon. This is him being very, very upset. And that's a judge acting. Although I wonder, actually, this feels a little bit like Chutkin. So it isn't just Mershon that he has to worry about. Even if it's just going to be an evidentiary hearing with her. I think it's both of them. Nettie Mortimer says, exactly, because those crimes were done before he became president. Yes. Yeah. Suzanne is asking, talking of cats, where's our boo-boos and kitty smooching the mucky energy off Mummy? Snoozing. He's under the blankie. I think I'm getting a mixed bag. He could be treated like anybody else would be treated. But I think it's the election, and I know they've said it doesn't have anything to do with the election. I'll just leave it at that. So, all right. Well, thank you for all your great information. Thank you. All right, so we are moving on at 53:40. Rick has a question. 53. Okay. It seems Dumpy is resorting to the old playbook. There we go, of seed planting, like he did with the birther accusations. Gross. Harris's race citizenship AI crowds. Is his playbook plant, water, and wait for growth? Oh yeah. I mean, this is what is he going to do? Be disgusting? Just be an old, gross, patriarchal blankety blank? And be as obnoxious about it as possible. Meanwhile, he's struggling, and we're celebrating. But is he going to be gross and disgusting? I think that's a safe bet. Yuck. He's so gross. It's so gross. Okay. All right. I am. Deb, we can maybe look at that in the future if you throw it. If you're willing to throw back the question back in later about the stock, but we've looked so much at the stock today. I think we need to cover some other stuff. But I really appreciate your question. I really do. Okay, so let me see. Let's go down to Good Karma's question at 56. 56 minutes in. Tina Peters. Do you remember Tina Peters? If you don't, you're so lucky. Hang on, where was it? Where am I? I'm lost. Tina Peters, politician. Tina Peters is an American former elected official who is the former county clerk of Mesa County, Colorado. Convicted of 3 felonies linked to conspiracy. Found guilty of tampering with voting. Convicted in computer breach. Convicted on 7 charges. Her. Yeah. So the question here, she was just found guilty of multiple felonies. 7, I guess. She's a former Mesa County clerk who was involved in interfering in the election. Will she receive at least a 5-year prison sentence? I don't know about things like that, but I can see what the cards say. So Bernadette, oh, sorry. B. Haven says, yeah, pillar of the community, I see. Oh, yeah. Bernadette Smith says, I hope they make an example of her. Let's hope. All right, Tina Peters. Well done. B. Smith says, a Devil Wears Prada wannabe. I do hope your prison sentence moves at a glacial pace. You know how that excites us. Chris Cole says possible sentence plus or minus 7 to 20 years. Plus or 20 years plus or minus 7. Tina Peters. What's the line from the movie? Gird your loins. She was sitting pretty, you know, darling. Of course. And need to make sure those Democrats aren't having much success there. Quite the burden she took on, and she got caught. And as far as her being sentenced, hello, 10 of Swords. Ow, ooh, legal pain. It's also a 10. And this is her, I don't know, this is, maybe she writes a book later, maybe she, far-right communication, or maybe this is part of why she, now it feels like she'll get some play in MAGA world, but I got a big old, she got caught, she got convicted. I've got 10 swords here. So yeah, I don't think it's going to go well for her. Visualize 70 says, yes, those swords are rather sharp. Yes. Yeah, I don't want, we're done with her. Yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. And And at 1 hour in, I want to make sure I get to this question from Lisa. Other readers have indicated Trump is relocating to New Jersey. Really? Is Trump about to lose Mar-a-Lago? I think this might be two different things. Is Trump moving his residence to New Jersey? I wouldn't think so, just because I thought Florida was giving him some kind of protection. But is he about to lose Mar-a-Lago? Louis Tavalis, is someone handing out cake? Yum! No, I want cake. Is he relocating? I don't think so. Okay, as far as him losing Mar-a-Lago, it feels like it's kind of a sham. The whole Mar-a-Lago thing, it feels very sham-ish. Or like that other nasty person. It's a sham. Wow. This is his big actions and the people. He's raised the price of joining Mar-a-Lago to $1 million. And this is a fool. And he doesn't feel like, I mean, he spends time there, but it doesn't feel like it. And so it feels like he's, I don't know, getting a mental image of him like walking, but he's like a foot off the floor. Like it's not his, or he's over leveraged, or I don't know what this is, but he's losing. There's something between him and full control of Mar-a-Lago. There's something there. But as far as him moving to New Jersey, I wouldn't think so. And he does use Mar-a-Lago for fundraisers and all this other kind of stuff. But as far as him relocating, I am really hoping this means that, oh, he's relocating, but it has nothing to do with New Jersey. Fingers crossed. That's what it feels like. We could use some good news. Oh, anyway. My gosh, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm here every day. So just throw your questions in throw your questions in the chat before I come on. And okay, it's 1:23 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Sarah. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. So do throw in your questions. I really look forward to reading on them. Thank you for being here. All right, so that will do it for today. But please remember, you are not alone, and we are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There are. So I'll see you tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. All right. Take care. Take care. Thank you.